Hello and welcome to a bit of Factorio. Just want to check all the levels. I get a bit paranoid about it nowadays because having had some weirdness on occasion, I like to make sure that the audio's okay and you can hear me. And oh, well, the audio wouldn't be okay because is that sound coming through? That sound's coming through. We're all good. We are all good. Goodness is achieved. Right. So, Factorio. I have had a bit of a week at work, so I've not done a lot since the last stream. I did go and stick some outposts on. It wasn't. I mean, it took a while, but it wasn't. A lot of it was just leaving it going because obviously I've now got the blueprints that I can stamp down, and apart from sort of deciding where they were, and obviously I had a bit of weirdness there and stuff like that. It's not been too problematic doing them. We have basically an outpost here with iron and obviously 2 pickups. We've got an outpost here with copper with the 2 pickups, another iron one and another copper one. Don't really need 2 copper, I don't think, but we've got 2. We do need more iron because we've got so much demand for iron for purple science. These are all the ones that are connected. They're going to end up purely connected to purple science. So I'm going to break this link here, and purple science will just be drawing on these. It does unfortunately still have this one here. Well, I should really sort this out so that it's 2 iron, processed iron pickups, but I'm not sure I can be bothered with that. But so there is that one there as well. But we do need another iron. The one we don't have, we have stone brick and stone over here, and there's coal somewhere as well. Oh, coal is built into this one here as well, so we've got coal. The thing we don't have is oil, so there is no oil set up. However, I have identified 2 places where I think we should be pulling, or could potentially pull oil in. Obviously this one's a little more tricky in that there's no in that I've not properly cleared out the biters from here. Obviously, they're not really cleared out over here either, but this is, de-densified. This would be a little trickier because we'd have to go, we'd go across the water basically. In terms of the train side of things, and obviously this is just well, I mean, I could take it off from anywhere along here, but maybe, no, probably it might be easy. Well, the collection side of it's on this side, isn't it? So it might be easy to, go up here and across. This one's quite big. So it's about 12,000 yield. So that's one thing we could do. If we get the actual build up and running in terms of the stations, that's what we'll do next. And then we'll be able to start Purple Science up, which will be great. But basically, the job today is going to be putting in more stations and connecting them up. I'd sort of massively underestimate the amount of time that was going to take last time. So we still have a whole bunch of iron drop-off stations to do, and the mirrored stone brick and stone, because we've got the stone brick. There's only one stone station, isn't there? Okay, don't matter. But yeah, so we've got the stone brick, so we need that stone brick and that stone. So what I'm thinking is we put those 2 in first, because the rest I can sort of fit wherever, because it's iron. So they could go along this way, or could come down from here, and along this side here, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I think we should put these 2 in first. What is that there? Oh, tiny little bit of iron ore. Okay. Yeah, and we are back at the main base. Everyone's here and fully loaded up. It's slowly eating through the red circuits, all the blue circuits and green circuits that I'd ended up with in here are all gone. But yeah, they're slowly picking away at these red circuits. So what we need to do then is head on over. As I say, most of what I did during the week was kind of just set it going. Stamp down the blueprints, and the bots filled it all out, and occasionally we would run out of stuff, and I would just send the spiders back home, sort of thing. So it's not really. Oh, there's a random power pole there. Not really thinking type work. And it did take a few hours, and I did it over a couple of days. But in terms of, advancing things, there's not really been much progress. We have nearly sort of finished over here. I could plop these in while we're waiting to walk across. One of the things with this, working up here with these outposts, is it takes ages because the spiders have to walk over. And I can't be bothered, to be honest with you, to continuously swap out, more legs and less legs and all that sort of stuff. So I just sort of set them going, and then sort of come back to it, when they've arrived. Yeah. But yeah, we've only got a couple of rows left here. Not rows, columns. Oh, there's a bit missed there. And this is mostly around like landfill in the lakes and stuff. Let's pop down to that one there. But yeah, it's been a bit of a tough week at work. We've got a big deadline coming up. And kind of we're a man down in the team. So there's a bit more filling in for other people than sort of normal. I had some more. Yeah. So I can do that. So if I remember to come back and do this bit, we'll have finished the... Oh, we got an extra bit. I don't need that bit there. Leave all the fish be. Yeah. So might actually finish the solar thing. Oh, here we are. We have arrived. I don't think power-wise we've got any problems as such. It's sort of ticking along. Are we in the day or the night? We're in the day. As you see, the accumulators are almost providing as much as the steam. They should be able to provide everything we need still. There's no... I don't think we're... we've got a nice cliff there, basically, where, that's like our headroom, essentially. Right. Oh, autosave. Right, so we need stone brick in where? It's not actually there, is it? That's regular stone. This is the stone brick here. There we go. Except that that's iron and that's iron as well. Okay. So I am thinking maybe we try and put... I didn't sort the blueprints out, the blueprint books out either, so there's still a bit of a higgledy-piggledy mess. So if this was lined up with, say... Because is the stone brick... Actually, is a stone brick loading in here at all? No, it isn't, is it? Why is it going in there? So if that's stone brick coming down there... Oh, that's because I'm feeding it. Okay. Is it really not? Hang on. So that's... What's that? Because these are the ones using stone brick, aren't they? I'm obviously feeding all of it down. Is there not stone brick on this side? Oh, yes, of course there is. So effectively, we want exactly the same thing. Only the train station is coming in at a different angle. Okay. So, might be worth trying to line this up in the sense that if this was the... How many do we actually... It's 6, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, if this was here, what would that sort of look like? So if that's sort of maybe... We need a bit of room because we're going to have to bring stuff around the corner. So maybe if it's about there... Okay. If I turn mine off, because I've got a much longer range than the rest of them, so I just try and avoid going over there, because I want to check that this lines up. I want to see how it lines up in terms of the rail line at the top. So if we grab that, pop that there, and we'll see how it matches. It's quite a distance, isn't it? I hadn't appreciated that. Okay. So that should put us close to the railway here. Maybe one or one more. Okay. So it's not quite lined up nicely with the existing power poles. Do I want it to be, or do I want a sort of more optimal position? I'd quite like it to be there, I think. So if we try and undo 7, 8, 9, 10, something like that, and then we'll take these out. I need to let you do that. And then take it back the other way. I'm not sure how many I undid, so not all of them, I don't think. But not far off. Oh no, looks like no. So I didn't actually manage to undo the actual station. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. No worries. So take that out, because if I put it here, then that should achieve the same net difference. What's that? That's the... There it is. There it is. So if it's here... Does that work? I think that works. Yeah, that's fine, I think. Yeah, because we've got 6 there. So we need the 8 to 6 balancer. Not 6 to 8, 8 to 6. Like this. Boop. I can turn my bots on as well, I guess. Any breaks in the track? Did we miss anything? No, looks okay. There we go. Just fill that last bit in. Why are you not filling that in? Okay. Guess maybe out of charge. Right, so we want... should already have one. Which is a point, actually. I guess I should actually have... Oh, no, that's great. I should have numbered, shouldn't I? Where's purple? Oh, there we go. Purple. There we go. So that's 1. Oops, not 1A, 1. Somebody's complaining. Oh, of course, I filled you up, didn't I? This was from when I was doing the... you know, the outposts. Really, I need another grey bot, basically. Another grey you know, Spidertron. Right, so grab that, take this way, and we need to connect it to this one, this one, this one, this one. This only looks like 5 now. That's only 5, isn't it? Is that because I've messed up, or is that because it's genuinely only 5? Huh. What did I have down here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's iron, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, that's that one. It is 5. Bum. So we got the wrong balancer in, so I need to fix that. Also need to... Oh, no, they're outputs, so that doesn't matter. Okay. So we could join these all together. So actually, this needs to be a 5, so it's 8 to 5 balancer. 8 to 5, like that. So it's a bit bigger. Okay, no problem. I can sort that out. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so oops. It's the outer lane I need to get rid of. Like that. Wash, wash, wash. And now we might as well sort of run this down here. Doesn't really matter where it is, really, does it? And then there. Like that. Oops. Like that. And like that. Doo-be-doo-be-doo-doo-doo-doo. Around there. Cool. So just need to hook these up. Let's just use our thingies. Boop. Boop. Oops. 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Awesome, tabulous. My plan with hooking this up is we'll get all the stations in. So we need stone as well. Now, there's a possibility that a single stone may not be enough. So, I want to leave room for 2 stone. If that was there, then the line would be there. It's probably too close, isn't it? So really we could do with being 1 over, like that. And then I can't see where the thing is, can I? Should have left a radar over there. That'd have been easier. Okay, we'll have to go up the top and do that again then. So, we'll nip up there. I'll pop in a radar so I can put the other one down as well. But potentially, so I may need 2 stone stations. Not because we need that volume of stone, but because it's just a supply issue. In that, you know, we need to be able to pump stuff in quickly. Because we've got basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And is there one up here as well? Should be. 15, 16. So you see we've got 16 outputs. And of course it's 8 lanes coming out of the station. Now, as I say, it doesn't matter in the sense that we can split them up. And that's what we'll do start with. So we'll plop in a radar. Or 2 maybe. Maybe 1 up here as well. So that I can just sort of check what's going on from a distance, basically. that right? Which one is that? So that's that one. Yep. Oh, one too many. So it's all the way down at the end, isn't it? There we go. Past the outposts. Is that the output? That's the output, isn't it? I'd only put one in for the time being. But as I say, I kind of need to leave room for a second one. So this is a nice distance apart. Gives us room to play with. I mean, what I'm going to do at the moment is I'm going to do 8 balancer, and then I'll just split every lane into 2. But say whether that'll actually provide the material that we need, I don't know. But in theory, I guess we could have a. Where are the things there? So, theory, we would need to leave a bit of a gap like that. We can't have them right next to each other. Do that. So, it would in theory be there for the next stone. And so, in theory, that's the first iron. I'm sufficiently far away so I can actually try it out. So that would be, in theory, the next stone. Yeah. And then we need 3 iron over here, basically. So it would be that one. Just that, wasn't it? And then this one. So these should be the 3 irons, basically. The 3 irons. So that's one too many, I think. One. And then I can't see them. In fact, let's go and stick them in as well. My sense of scale is all to pot, basically. So these radars were useless, weren't they? So my sense of scale is all off because it's like I've never done things at this sort of scale before. So I say I'm not quite sure what's going on as such. So we go over there. Fill all of that out, and there should be one here as well. No, that's fine. So just filled that little bit in, but I will pop that there. So it's going to be there-ish somewhere. That's probably one too many, but yeah, that's something like that. Right, so we need to go up and down these things, basically. So get all that one laid in. I got some new glasses. They're not. I seem to struggle massively with glasses, and I think a lot of it is the weird shape of my head. I have a very big head, but also obviously I'm very fat, to be honest with you. So it makes it a little tricky to get things that fit and work properly for me. Sometimes, particularly glasses, because obviously they need to fit well on your head. And I have a very extreme prescription. It can actually tell because if I, not extreme. I mean, I'm over exaggerating in a sense, but it's very powerful. My prescription rather, and you can actually tell because if I look at you straight on, then you can actually see. You might be able to see it on even the tiny twitch thing. You can actually see the side of my head in my glasses. So, if you look when I look straight on, you can actually see like my sideburns in my glasses, and that's because that's the amount of amount of deflection there is just from that very. I mean, that's literally what 5 centimeters or something. So this is we haven't done one of these before, have we? Because this is purple. Yeah, I'll just use that one then and copy that. But yeah, so you can kind of tell, how much my glasses diffract the light, basically, because of how short-sighted I am. And I therefore have to have what do you call them? Like high refractive index glasses. So the actual glass, it's not glass because it's just everyone uses the word glass because it used to be glass, but it's plastic, But it's very high refractive index plastic, and it kind of ends up meaning that, well, how to put it, if it's, how to explain it? Let's put that a bit closer. If they're slightly misplaced, if they're not quite in the right position, you basically then end up with, I have trouble with sort of seeing, in a sense. So if we take this down here, leave a little bit of a gap. I say I'm sort of I'm anticipating that potentially I'll actually have to provide 2 trains. I forgot to put the blooming calculator up. Nuts. In fact, I'm pretty sure this has to be 2 trains, doesn't it? Let me just fire up the Factorio lab calculator and check, because there's no point me putting in 1 station if it needs to be 2. It might be okay because I'm only feeding like a few machines, basically. So that would be per minute. And how many belts is it? It is... What? Units per minute. Oh. It's done a conversion. Okay. 5,400. 150 belts? What the hell's happened there? Oh, it's 50. I've put 54,000 by accident. Yeah, it's 15 belts I do need. So yeah, we need 2 train stations. So there's no point really doing this. Might as well stick in a second station straight off. So is it only 1 of stone brick then? Yeah, it's only 1 of stone brick. That's right. I've got myself confused there because basically I only need 1 stone brick station, but I've put 2 in. And so in my head, I've sort of, how to put it, like assumed that the same situation applies for stone brick, and it doesn't. In which case, I may need another 1 more stone brick outpost than I was anticipating. It's a bit difficult finding good stone patches. I mean, I could always do one that is just raw, because at the moment I've got one that's both stone and stone brick. So I could always do just a raw one, couldn't I? It's loading in both stations as raw stone. So come and fill this out for me, and we'll go then and put the other one in. I wonder why I only noted down 1 then. Unless I haven't got 1 over here or something, have I? No. Okay. Okay. Right, so we need to hop in you. And we might as well try and fill some of, or 1 of these out. I'm wondering about maybe putting 1 of those on the side rather than the bottom here, maybe. Because we're going to have quite a few trains trying to... This is going to be quite contested. There's going to be a lot of trains waiting. But no, they've got this big run up, so might help sort it out a bit. Hummity. So yeah, we need another one of these in here for the other. I will. So things like the refueling of the trains and all that sort of stuff. You know, working out the signals a bit better. I'd definitely do all that off stream because it's a bit tedious watching me do it because it's something I have to think about quite a lot. Because I mean, going way back, these these junctions were designed to avoid what do you call it? Well, you have two trains trying to, blocking each other. Can't think of the word. Like, yeah. I mean, what I could have done, I could have just had the one junction, and then have a break. You know, that would have worked as well. As in, take it off from further down. That might be a good idea. Right, let's find this other unload station that we need. So it's this one. And then I need to rename that as one. And like, yeah, I mean, they need lots of, I've basically been setting them up with only one train each. So, I'm going to need lots more trains than that. But it's just to get them all up and running rather than, oops. Being efficient or anything. So I go up, put this in here, like so, and then we want, we want balancers, which is the other book, like that. 8 to 8, yeah, that's good. Then I'll hop out, get you lot to move out the way, and we'll take this down here somewhere. So maybe that's to that one there, like that, and then that's to that one there, like that. Nope. So we're going to go there, 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 there. Oops. Slight weirdness that we got these two going this way. Because how far apart are these? Not far enough to... Okay. I think if we underground on this side... this, that direction as it were. And then I can... In fact, let's leave a little bit of safety room. A little bit more safety room anyway. Yeah. So this will go down here. It needs to go all the way down. Might be useful to have another train down here, actually, thinking about it. Another station on the side. Oops. No. How far down are we? No. Let's move that up. Just here. Yeah, there we go. Put that there, that there. That there. Just pick that up. Yeah, cool. Okay, so might as well actually have these lot fill this in if they've got enough belt. Yeah, it might have been worth having a station here for stone. and to feed in here, and just have it dedicated to these, because these are two of the tricky lines. Because have I actually set that up? Yeah, it looks. Oh, if that's meant to be connected, then it isn't. Right, okay. That's got to be meant to be connected there, isn't it? Like that. See all these tiny little errors? I've obviously then copied and pasted it up. There we go. Right, so I must be up here somewhere, am I? Okay. Oh, are we out of belt? Or is that just... Oh. Random bit of belt there. No, I think it's just been missed, isn't it? Grab that bit. Let's do a bit of that. Yeah, okay. Right then, so... We could go over here and certainly fill this one in. Yeah, I quite like the idea of branching this rather than sort of having 3 lines here. But in terms of, so all of these are going to source from, at the moment, source from the same place, which is over here, so they are going to have to go right. Whereas these might be going left or right. Probably left more than right. Sorry, probably right more than left. Okay. I think I'll leave it for now. Oh, are we out? I think we're out of rail. Yeah, you're the rail guy. Yeah, okay. So let's think where I want the actual stations. I guess we've run out of belt as well, or just got missed. Because we do want some iron over here. How many have we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's no... Huh. Ah. What have I done here then? Yeah, these have got side loading and bottom loading. These have only got loading in here. There's no way that's going to provide enough iron for all of them. How the heck did I get that to work on my test map then? I need to do this basically. I need to have both loading in from both sides. So we could have a, an easy slot for it. We can go down the middle, but... Huh, okay. Okay. We need more iron ore coming in here, basically. I'll leave it for now. I can move these up quite easily. It's not too hard. Or just have the underground round, basically. Okay, so let us... So if that's... I think we might do it with a third one there. And then these are really feeding all in the top, because this doesn't need to go all the way down here, does it? It just does need to feed in the side, though. That was what I'm missing there. So it needs to feed in there, but it also needs to feed in the top, basically. Okay, let's head back to base and restock a bit. So I'm thinking a station here, basically, for iron plate that goes in the top. Because that's... Oh, well, let's just count it. It's easier that way. 14. So potentially we can have... Because this was... How many is this? This is... So got the things. We've got 14 there. And 6 there. So that's 20. So we could feed some of it from this way. Maybe hit 4 of them. So then that's 24. 8, 16, 24. And then that would leave... 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would leave 10. So that's one station doing them. And then we've got 2 that we need there. Plus... there's one more than there are thingamies. So it's 26, which is slightly more than is ideal. Because 24 would have been great. In fact, no, it's 26, 27, isn't it? Okay. Let's put my thing on. What I could also do, I could get rid of your stuff there that I don't need for that, and instead, what else should I order up? I guess belt. I don't know how much there is in the system. I wouldn't be surprised if we run out again. But we could do belt and maybe a bit of railway track, since we're using quite a lot of that. So you can top up there. Yeah, so we'll have this be feeding in, basically, that can all go in the top, isn't it? Maybe if I just split this one a bit so that it, divides up in some way. And then these are purely feeding in, 100% in the side. So we'll have to do that in reverse, I think. And then these purely feeding in the side and the top. And some of that as well. Okay. Okay, dokey. I've not accidentally put a... I have. I've accidentally put the blooming oil one in. That was foolish. So, can we plop that one in instead? There we go. So these want to go sort of somewhere here. Ideally maybe lined up with that iron plate. But a bit of room. So it wants to be somewhere there-ish. Are we done? No, nowhere near done. Nowhere near done. So there's about 7,000 in storage, are there? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think we may end up running out again. Right, so if this was there, then T-junction, there we go. So if that was there, well, it's not far off, but which would be better? Yeah, okay, we'll put it there. And so it needs to be a couple of tiles down, which should fit. Okay. How are we doing? 24 on the way. 187 on the way. Where are you then? I've been chunking away with the research as well, so we're up to about to finish 40. These are actually relatively cheap for what you get out of them because it's 10% each time. Unless, does maybe it change? No, it's 10% each time. I assume it is cost positive in the sense that the amount that you gain from doing them is less than the actual research cost. That'd be a bit weird if they'd set it up so that it was more expensive to do the research than you got out of it. Let's leave that there for now then. Right, so we want to head over to here-ish, so that we can plop in this iron station here. Because I'm thinking we put the put all the side ones in first, and then see what we have to do with that in terms of how many lanes we need. Right, so it's here. Let's take any. So I will sort the signals out to try and optimize the flow, but I mean maybe that's something I leave, for the last few streams or something where I'm trying to make it all work a bit more efficient like. Is that too far up? I think that's too far up, isn't it? So let's get this in. Like that, or would one work better? So one more would be about there-ish. I think that one more is better. One more is better, my friend. One more is better. Right, let's do that. Let's get the bots to fill it all in. Find the station. There. Yeah, that'll work. And then we want an 8. Because what I could do with these, you see, how many? Is it 14 we got? Yeah. It's 14, and then 6, then it's 20. I mean, I could always, because if it's 20, you see, we could do an 8 to 10. I mean, I don't have 8 to 10 in a sense, but I have a. Oh, in fact, it's in that book now, isn't it? Okay. I have this 10 to 10, so we could plop this in. We'll have to do it a bit further up, but we plop this in like that, and that then covers 10. Because we got the double feed in, you see. So, and my memory is I don't need them to be 100% lines. These it's sort of we're slightly dependent on it, sort of auto compensating itself, which it doesn't always do. Not auto balancing itself, which I say it doesn't always do, or doesn't always, quite work. That's that, and then that one there. That's wrong, isn't it? Oh, yeah, I don't need. I'm confused. Let's do it by hand. Confusing myself. Because we got 4 basically. 1, 2, 3, 4. Going into these 5. Which one should I load? I might as well. Yeah, let's ignore the bottom one, basically. So get rid of that one. And then same sort of dealio here. Like that. And then if I just copy and paste this station, basically. Oh, actually, if I call it... if I rename it first, that'll save me a job later on. So, if I sort of copy this, like that, and then it's going to go here-ish. Yeah, let's plop it in there-ish, so... Oh, actually, I better go and... In fact, let's do it remotely, if we can. Deary me. A lot of this is because I've decided to go with a lot of sort of localized smelting and stuff. I have absolutely no idea whether that's the best way of doing it. So if this is going to handle 10, how far up do we want to take it? So that's going to be 1. Oh, we've got 10 there. So if that's up to there, then the first one is going to be that one. So really the sort of first, the belt, as it were, should be there-ish. So if that's sort of there-ish, it needs to be... So maybe we want the T-junction there. Does that work? So ideally it would be there, but we'll probably, if we put it up one, let's go with that then. And then if we do that along there, what are you doing? 1, 2, 3. And then we paste this one here because it's same dealio. Okay, so we send you up there and then across to there and sort of round and about. You will fill that out for me and I can try and hook some of these up then. So I guess I could... There is a... Oh, no, they come out all the same here, don't they? That's right. Oops. So I could just take them all down. Like that. And then do them all up here. Oh. Like that. Like that. No. Cool. 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 So you want to be there. Like that. Like that. Put it there. That one. I guess the bots, not the bots, the spiders must be close by if they're filling it in. Awesome. Right, so have them sort of go up and down. You've missed a bit. You've missed a bit. You've missed a bit. Right. Have I? No, I haven't got any left, so I can't fill that out. Right, so we've got I might straighten that off. because we've got 2 there. Let me just do that with. I like so. You're not quite lined up, which is ever so slightly annoying. So that's there. Now, I guess probably easier if I just underground all of these. Cool. And then we want to be going... I bet if I remove them, so there's no accidents. Let's leave a little space. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have we got 6 spare ones here? So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Huh? Have I missed one? Oh dear. So if I just do a quick one up. Oh, no, that's right. So that's 10. Then this is 4. And this is... Oh, it's only 5. Oh. I don't know why that played a tiny burst of research complete noise, and then that was it. It was happy then. Oh. So we got 1 extra... How did I manage to get the maths wrong there? Because we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I'm confusing myself. This one should have effectively a double, at the top, should have a double feed in from both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look, counting's hard. What did I manage to do there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I don't know. Okay, so send you up there first and fill that a little bit out. So I've got them, so I can take that out. And then bring you back here. So we've obviously got 2 more stations here. I'll probably bring these further down, I think. Yeah. Let's just leave it like that for now, and I say if it works out that they're getting in each other's way, then I'll sort of rework things, basically. Okay, so we're nearly there. Nearly got all of the stations hooked up, at least. I think I've got 1 million trains on as well. So I might as well fill this out, because this is definitely going to be here. Got everything there? There's a little bit missed there. What's missing? What are you complaining about? somebody's got something in the... Oh, there we go. How the heck did you end up with two pump? Oh, of course, I had the oil thing down. So I had to pick all of that up. Okay. So that's definitely an iron station, as opposed to a cation station. So just give it the X number, because I'm not sure how many we're going to have in the end. Oh yeah, I forgot them, didn't I? So, definitely need to bring iron in the top. And how many is that? That is 14. And then this is 23. Okay, 23. So that is 37. 8, 16. So 32 might work. Which means 4 stations then, isn't it? And I'm only planning for 3 here. So... where do we want to put the extra one? I'm tempted actually to have it over here. Oops. So how many along the top? Because this was 14, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So if it's 14, and I've got 8 8 full lanes typically coming out of a station, then that's kind of 2 stations. Yeah, okay. We'll put another one of these in here, and feed feed the belts across. And then this one will feed in the top as well. And then I'm going to need, I think, 3 to feed everything there. But yeah, we'll hook these 2 up first. So let's go and... so it's 8 to 14. So it's both of these need 8 to 7 balancers. I could always take 2 round the edge. That might work better. Yeah, I think that's probably a better idea. So we feed in, 8 from a station over here. So where would this go? So if that's a station like that, probably want it a bit tighter this time, I would suggest. Because it's going to need to go... where are the actual output lanes? So the lanes want to be there at least. So if I just imagine that there. So this thing is that there. So ideally it would be here. Okay. You lot go and do that. And I can find the right blueprint. Hopefully that'll be okay. Is there anything I can put in? Don't think so. Right, come back. Fill all of that out, please. And I will hook up these. So, oh no, I didn't want that, did I? I wanted a regular old 828, which is in. Oh, there we go. 828. So let's go across there. It'll be slightly more efficient to go that way. Oh, you did a weirdness. Like that. Yeah, so that needs to go down there. I think I might cut and paste this up, basically. Because then I can put it there. I'm going to have to redo that bit though. That little corner there. Can paste that to there. Then I can move this down as well. And that fits nicely there. Oops. Like that. Oops. Do, do, do. Do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Do, do. Okay, I'll line these up. Obviously, I need to come in at some point actually put on an extra thing. All I can think on my test map is that I did do this, but I forgot about it when building it here. Because I know for a fact that... And it's not... I mean, these don't need to be like solid lanes of material. The issue is more... when you get to the sort of ends, it runs out, essentially. So you need sort of two things. It's not that it needs, I say, it doesn't need two solid full lanes. It needs, you know, sort of 1.2 lanes. But putting in 0.2 lanes is a little tricky. Right, so you come over this way. Okay, let's let you fill out more of it. Okay. And then we need same sort of deal here. So if I move, I cut and paste this up. Let's do it a bit more sensibly this time. So, whoops. So if I do that, then I can move it to there. Oops. Accidentally clicked when I didn't mean to. And then we can just do that. Yeah, so I need to bring the lanes down this way, and then they need to hook in here again. Okay. Like this, so somewhere there, like that, somewhere there, like that, somewhere there, like that, that. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can have two more, or two of them, feeding in here. Like so. So let's go and grab regular old 828 balancer. Regular old 828 balancer. Random bit of belt. Your good old fashioned, good old boy. 8-to-8 balancer. Okay. I'll just do it by hand. There you go. Cool. So that's the 6 lanes at the top. And then these are the 2 little sideys here. Have you not got any belts left? Hopefully you have. Hopefully you have enough. What have you got? You've not got any. Has anyone... Oh, has Pinky got some belt? Oh, Pinky's got loads of belt. Pinky's been hoarding belt. Okay, so that's that. Is there anything missed? Oh, of course, there were little bits of belt missing, weren't there? Okay, so we need 2, maybe even 3 stations worth of iron coming down here. So let's check the numbers again. So how many of these constant combinators are there? There are 23. It's 3 stations, isn't it? So we can certainly stick another one here rather than all the way down from here. The question really is more the belt, because I don't know that I've got that much belt just sort of sat around. What I will do, let's just see who ended up with a load of trash. 6, 7, 8, 9. No, you've not got any trash. You've not got any trash. I'm not quite sure why I'm having the combat bots run around. Doesn't quite make sense, but there you go. Tomorrow might be interesting. I've got someone coming around to chop a couple of trees down in the back garden that have gone a bit mad. In fact, why am I having those follow me around? Yeah, they're not really doing anything. Let's just leave them. In fact, let's just line them up here. So I do 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you guys need to follow me as we go home. Let's just go there and restock. Awesome, tabulous. Yeah, I got tree. Well, I don't know that he's a tree surgeon, but someone coming to chop the tree down. It's got a bit over the top, over enthusiastic, shall we say? The tree. I think it may be, because I could take them out, couldn't I? Yeah, let's just do it when I get over there. If I brought it one more down, it'd be there. So the output of the belts would be there. Might be a little tight. So, if I, if I do that, then what does this look like here? Not a fan of that. Okay, so we'll have that one there. And then this one here Because we need room to do another one here. Basically. So we need a T-junction there, but we need that one gap. So it's going to be there. Cool. How are we doing? We are filling up. I don't actually know what time he's coming tomorrow. So it may be, you might be able to hear the sound of trees being chopped in the background. I assume he'll probably come quite early, to be honest with you. But you never know. It's going to be weird not having the tree out the background. I can see it out my window here, and I often stare at it while I'm having a boring meeting at work. Not that it's just literally the top of a tree. It's nothing particularly interesting. It's just something to stare at while people are droning on. I should say that. But I do have some meetings like that. I cannot, for the life of me, figure out the viewership on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on Twitch. Seems to be kind of all over the place in the sense that, who's streaming and when they stream. The thing about, being consistent as being one of the key things seems to be almost complete rubbish. I mean, I think it's true in terms of when you stream, but in terms of, always doing the same game at the same time, I don't think that's true. I think it's more to do with if you become solidly known and associated with the same one game, then if your streams aren't that, then that's when you lose audience, I think. But the idea of doing, every Tuesday is this game and every Thursday is this game, I'm not sure that's quite true. Not in the way that it's sort of advertised, as it were, or promoted. Anyway, that was just some random rubbish. We're nearly there. In terms of these stations, I reckon we'll probably have all the trains in by the close of this episode. And I'm a bit unsure whether I'll start them up as I put them in, or kind of wait until I've put them all in. Probably makes more sense to put them to do them individually. If I put one down, and we'll see if I have connected everything up for that particular station. So we might start with the oil and the coal, see if we're making plastic and that it's going to the right places. Because it gets a bit difficult to see what's going on in these big builds in terms of what's aligned with where. That's why I've made most of my mistakes. Oh. Oh no. What? Missing repair packs? Has something hit a biter somewhere? I think some train has hit a biter somewhere. Oh, I bet it's something to do with this. Can I hit them? I could probably get rid of all of these thinking about it now. Now that I've got... Because this is effectively like sealed off now, this area. And so these are just self-seeding. There's no way of getting across between these two. But I bet some colonization has happened, or a response to them clearing out. Because look, that's right on the edge of that. And I reckon something's hit a biter somewhere. Might have to investigate that. It's proved a little painful, that side of things, in the whole bus, keeping the bus going and, you know, all that sort of thing. I'll probably have another go at this, basically. You know, obviously, I mean, I haven't even finished this, and I'm talking about having another go at it, but you know, this is my first attempt to do a Megabase, so I think I've enjoyed it enough, or got enough ideas as to how I would do it better, even though I'm, you know, nowhere near finished. But I've said most of them on stream. You know, things like, is that missing, or is that just not where it's filled it out? You know, like a dedicated place to build solar panels and things like that. You know, dedicated solar panel factory. Right, so I think the way to do this is I'm going to take these down here. And we'll have a sort of mega iron bus, basically. So I might as well chop that out. Yeah. So we'll plop another one of these in here. Similar sort of dealio. So wherever that needs to go, we will sort out later. Pop some legs back in. Okay, so I'm thinking that this oops, is that there? Oops, so this is like where we need to bring the lanes of iron down, I think. And this. Oops, 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 oops. Like that. And then we'll find our corners. No, missed them. Wrong corner. There we go. Get rid of all of this. Pop that there. Like that. And like that. And across there. And bring these down. There we go. Cool. Okay. Is that 8? Lost count. Losed it counted. And they want to turn that way. Like that. And then be like that. Whoops. Like that. Okay. So that one's there. This one's here. 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 Like that. No, it wasn't 8. It was only 6. that. I'm going to have one left, I think, aren't I? That's fine. Or two left, I think. Where are the spiders? The spiders are there. Let's get them over there first, I think. So maybe if I just literally come across there, I think. Literally come across there. Literally. Oh dear. Well, that was the wrong one. It should be that one. Right, so you could nip over there and do all of those for us if you wouldn't mind. I need a third one somewhere, don't I think. And I say that's the one that's slightly short, as it were. Doesn't have quite as many. So we want purple X. There we go. And purple X, X purple X purple. No, I've not quite finished it all off there. There we go. And then we want to paste that like that. Okay. How big is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's nice. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Like that. And like that. And then, I mean, these, let's go further down before we start branching off. I like so. So that's 2, 3, oops, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I should be able to just copy and paste this basically, and kind of pop it after an autosave. Pop it here. Oh, hang on, no, what's happened there? Oh, I see. Bum. Okay, so maybe let's just do that. Get rid of that bit. I can just hook these up like so. Like so, and then cool. Right then, how much belt have you actually got, my friends? Because we've got, how many have we got left here? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Okay. If we only got 7, what's this doing? It must be 8 then. Because this must be 1 as well. Yeah, that's fine then. So it works out perfectly as it happens. Any left? You've got some left. Cool. Proud of you. Right. Now I did I? Yeah, I put this in, didn't I? So should be able to find... I seem to recall this wasn't an exact number of these. I sort of chopped it off somewhere. No, it's okay. Oh no. Oh no, yeah, no, it's fine. It's all fine. All fine and good. So we want the output station like so. It's basically the arm of my glasses is being pressed on by my headphones. Maybe if I do it like that. And squishing them into the side of my head, and it's really quite painful. Right, so let's just back and forth you there if you've got any more. You have? Crikey. Might even be able to do this without sort of reloading. I'm sure we'll need another round. Certainly fill this bit out though. Yeah, that's all good. So I'll send you down there first. In fact, let's do it like that. And then I can fill in both the balancer and the actual straight bit, like so. They're almost quick enough to pick the trees up before I get there now. Almost. Not quite. 3, 4. So it needs to be there, basically. So we find the corner again. And then fill it out. Now this one, we should definitely be able to copy and paste this. Not with that, there we go. So that should be there. And that should be there. Oops. Whoops. Whoops. Okay. I don't know if I misaligned that somewhere or I've just messed that up. Either is very much a possibility. Yeah, it looks like I messed something up when lining that up. Okay. Get rid of that. And then this one's... Oh. There you go. So it wants to be lined up with that. There we go. I have to fiddle with these obviously because there's multiple ones going into the same place there. Like that. Like that. Oops. No? Oh, there's a tree in the way. Okay. You didn't tell me it was a tree. Okay, so yeah, so we'll have to kind of... Did I move that in? No, I don't know. Right, so we want that one as well, needs to be one. And this one needs to be one. Excellent. So we've got one there, and one there. Like that. Like that. Cool. Right. How the Spidey's getting on with all the things I've got them to do. So let's just have them go back and forth a bit here. See if they can't fill in at least the station. Even if I'm pretty sure they can't fill out all this belt as well. Cool. Well, no, it might not be far off with a belt. I mean, I didn't think there were any left. Is Pinky hoarding it all again? What about purple is out? I might take those orders off though. Yeah, it looks like that's it, but it's not far off. We do a quick trip back and we're done, I think. And what I can replace that with, in purple, my personal one, is some requests for trains. Sorry, I'm fiddling about with them again. So it's because I should really wear contacts because it's such a pain getting glasses that fit on my face, or like insist that they replace the frames because they often don't like replacing frames in glasses. Because I'm not very loyal to any opticians. I've also moved around a lot, and they don't like replacing the frames in other companies' ones. But also, and this is going to be a bit gross, but my sweat, I think, is quite corrosive. I know I have a lot of problem. I can't use post-it notes. So like the sticky, so the little tiny squares of paper with a sticky strip on them that you stick onto things. I can't use them because my sweat kind of the type of glue they use. It's sort of like how to put it. Uh, Makes it unsticky. It's not very good phrasing, but if I've touched the glue or any surface that they're on, it basically stops them from sticking. And they're not meant to be permanently stuck on or anything. That's the whole point of a post-it note. But I say there's something about it is a thing. There is some people have a chemical or something or a particular pH of sweat that causes that to happen. But what it means is that as well seems to be that particularly you have I don't know if you've ever seen glasses, but the bridge part, there's like two little things that sit on your nose, and basically where that's because that's quite close, and that tends to be basically raw metal because obviously they have coating or some anodization or something on the paint on these bits, but where you get the nose things, it tends to be just straight metal because there's a rubber foot that sits on the actual nose, and basically I then get my sweat I think corrodes the metal basically, and you tend to get a build up of like corrosive material, so they actually get quite gross after a while. And if I've had a pair for a long time, then it's basically green. It's like you get this thing. It's like this green things on my nose, basically. And as I say, so they don't like to replace replace lenses in frames too much. I say I should probably be more ideal if I had contact lenses, but I kind of hate contact lenses. I much prefer wearing glasses because it's that sticking things in your eye thing I always struggled with, and I always ended up basically jabbing myself in the eye to put contacts in when I tried them. Also, It feels like I'm naked if I'm not wearing glasses. There's a weird. I'm sure I get used to it, but there's a weird, and also it's like part of me. It is. Well, the avatar I use. This one. I'm not showing that properly. This one here. You know, it's got my glasses on it. You know, that's my image. Big fat version of Homer Simpson, Bart Simpson. Right. So if I order up a bunch more trains, so how many can I actually fit in? Because it's like 5 per thing, isn't it? I'm going to need more fluid. No, I've only got 1. So I'll have to add loads more trains in. But just in terms of this, getting it going, we need 1 for each. So we only need 1 fluid wagon then. So that's covered. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I didn't rename that one. No. That one. So, what could I... Are they all in? If I do that... How many stations? 19. So I need 19. I need 18, which is 96 locomotives and 96 carriages. So I might as well go with a round ton. There isn't a round ton of carriages. But how many would that actually? 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright, they'd fit in. I'm pretty sure I haven't got 100 carriages in stock now. Might have more of them. They're not. I mean, they're not that slow to make, I don't think. Where would they be? Might be up with the rail stuff. Yeah, there we go. I'll say that. Maybe. So that one long-ended inserters is pretty slow, isn't it? What can I do? I could move this. So if I get rid of that. And then, is that the right way? That's the right way. And then we could stick another one in them. Oh, I need to get rid of that. And stick another one in there. So that'll speed that up a little bit. What about you? Are you slow for any reason? You are, because you need more of them, really. So is that speeding you up a little bit? Ish. Slow because of that now. That would need speed things in it though. We could stick another thing on just in case. Finest spaghetti going on there, so I could maybe. What have you done there? Take them out and then do that. And I can take that like that. Oops. Take that out. I don't know why I'm doing this remotely. I could just go over there in 2 seconds. So it's fed, but it's got no speed things on it. And it's waiting on engines. How quick can we get up there? So if I hop out, and we'll send you lot like over here, sort of to try and fill some of this out. That's one tiny bit of belt there. Let's have them go up and down a few times. Like that. And wait there. And then I would sort of dash over. Because I can't put speed modules in remotely for some reason. So we'll dash up, do it by hand. Have I gone too far? No, not far enough. What we got here? So this is the lad here. Yeah, so he's waiting on these. I think you get a little bit of free stuff, but we really want to speed it up more than anything. In fact, free stuff's probably not really relevant. How many does it take? It's 20. So actually, I can't speed it up there. I could stick in one of them. Does that give me enough room for a couple of these? Yes, it does. No power though, but we can sort that, no problem. How quick are you now? Quick enough, but also not quick enough. I wonder... Oh, there are some engines somewhere in the system, so it's getting them as well. What's that set to? 50. Okay. Yeah, okay, so it'll be quicker. What did I put this limit on, though? Oh, it was only 20 anyway, so maybe if we turn that up to 50. And this one up to 50 as well, maybe? If we're getting some really big train numbers now. What about you? You're set on 10, so maybe if I take you up to maybe 25. Yeah, I'll do. Right. Have you lot finished filling this out? Nearly. So there's a couple of bits missed there. I think we're done. Yeah, so I sort the fuel and stuff out, myself, because I can have the fuel thing on that over here, and then it's connected to this system here. But I can still make the break in the line basically, but it means putting in loads of robo boards and stuff. Right, so they've all done that. I can kind of, in fact, let's click on me and have them come and meet me in the middle. Let's avoid walking on the train tracks. So what's the time? It's 4:45. Okay. So we kind of got there fairly quickly. I think I'm going to have to take a comfort break if I'm honest. Nearly that. Oh, bit missed. Okay. Miss anything else? No. Right, let's hop into you. Okay. So let's go and put these in first, because I've definitely got a couple. How many did you end up with? Oh, you got quite a few. So 10, 20, 30. It's about 50-ish, so I could take this down to 50. And I'm guessing you got about the same. Oops, carriages. Oh no, you got more. Okay. Cool. In fact, quite a lot more, so we can actually take that down to like 30 or something. Okay. Thank you for the follow. That's Manolia Luna. You followed me yesterday and then it unfollowed. Is that some... Are you a bot? Because you're not actually watching the channel. You're not watching this stream. that I can tell. I mean, if you're not, if you're a real person, and you've just decided to follow me yesterday and today, then fine. Right, where am I? Oh yes, so we want to get the. Oh, this is coal. Hang on, so I need to do coal first, and I haven't got room. I got even more than that. How many did you end up with then? Oh no, that's me chopping them out. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I can't do that, can I? I can do that though. Oh, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pop that there. In fact, why don't I just stick? Why don't I do a swapsy? And I'll put some of my stuff in there. There we go. That's a bit easier. Grab that. Oh, not enough room. What else can I easily put in? I can put the speed modules in. That gives me a bit of room. Right, that's better. Where are we? So we need... Oh, I'm not going to have any fuel, am I? Bum. Might have to ferry that back and forth then. Well, I suppose I have got some rocket fuel, haven't I? Or did I get rid of that? Oh, no, there we go. So I've got a bit of rocket fuel. So I could put, like, a couple of rocket fuel in just so that it moves. Because there's fuel on the other end. Because of how I set up the outposts. So this is coal, he says. Not sure. Coal, yeah, there we go. There we go. And there. And we might as well set this going. So I'm going to need a comfort break in a minute. So I'm thinking we'll set the coal and all. Oh, what are we doing? Where's coal pickup? There it is. And we want. Oh. Yeah. So I'll set these up, I think, and then I'll quickly nip off and, let's say, have a little comfort break. So we want it to just fill up and empty. Is two rocket fuel will get it where it needs to go. If it stops out on the track, it's no particular harm because none of my science is particularly running, so it's not a massive problem. If we have to dash off and fix that, but you've got. Oops. Should have put them down first, and then these. Oops. Is that too far away? Is it? So I. Oh. Oh no, it's. I wonder why it does that. It's not connected them up properly for some reason. It's the only thing I've ever found, like close to a bug, basically. Because sometimes it'll basically like let you overlap oil carriages for some reason. So put that on there. And they are overlapped because it's basically putting them on top of each other, but it doesn't trigger the collision box or something. I don't quite understand what's going on with it, but will occasionally let you do that for some reason. Right, if we put, say, a nuclear and a rocket, maybe. Where's the rocket? There we go. I'll set these running. There. That in there. Okay, whoops. And this needs to go from. Oops. What's this called? So it's the same thing. Purple, oil, and pick up. There we go. Other way around there. We want you to be full. We want you to be empty. I need to be off the track. And we need you to start that process. Okay. Is that coal coming back? Looks like it. Cool. So I will wait for that to come back. Make sure it's unloading okay. Should have fuel in it now. Yeah. Cool, cool, cool. So it's unloaded all of that. Is there all one coming back? Oh, it will have had to have gone somewhere else, probably here. Where's it gone? Where are you? Oh, there you go. So it's having to go over there. Because say we need to set up the oil for this system here. That's the one thing I didn't quite get time to do. So yeah, so I will nip over and nip off and have a little comfort break. I don't do my bladder. But I'll send the bots back and forth. No, send the bots over there, and I'll zoom in on this because hopefully the oil should kick in. But yes, I will just be a tick. Right, there we go. Is my microphone on? Yeah, that's all good. Super duper. So, plastic has sort of started, but I noticed that it may just have been that those backed up first, but these outer lines seem to get absolutely rammed straight away, whereas the other ones didn't. Ah, so that's all kind of wrong, isn't it? Is it having any effect though? Because there's a bit of belt there, and it's not served any purpose. But is it? It doesn't have any. It's not having any effect as such. It's just obviously a copy and paste error from somewhere. But we've got plastic going all the way down there, and there, and there. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There's plastic there. So that bit of belt is wrong, but doesn't matter. So it's interesting though that it sort of backed up these two first, the outer two first. Suspect that's because it's kind of the wrong balancer, basically. And it's not doing anything like an even job, basically. Because you've got the same effect here, in fact. Yeah, look, so these outer ones are solid. Where is this going? And the middle ones aren't. Have we got plastic all the way at the end? Plastic, 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 plastic. And that's it. So, there is definitely a train that has hit some miters, look. Has it lost a carriage? It's not lost a carriage. Or a tractor unit. Right, okay. It's because of these, basically. I need to clear them out. Or put a permanent station here, because these only get occasional artillery. Right, okay. Anyway, that's a completely separate concern. So, I'm over here. Of course I am. So, what can we do? If we go back here, I mean, I'm happy that this is making plastic, except that I don't know if it was just because it backed up, but these weren't particularly running. I mean, that pipe is full, and that's why it's backed up. I mean, they all produce, plastic, so it's clearly okay-ish, even if there's some small error somewhere. Right, so what we can do next then is hook up, say, the copper and an iron over here, which will then get it to start making green and red circuits. So we can check that that's all sort of functional. So I'm going to go round, I'm going to be a bit, sort of circumspect with it, as it were, as in, not turn everything, or try and turn things on so that I can see they're working, okay where they are, as it were. Right, so I say it was interesting that these ones didn't seem to be running. And I don't know if there is some hookup error somewhere with the pipes. Or it's just that, they filled up with petroleum super quick, maybe. Right, so we will pop down. Oh, I should have got more nuts. I should have got more stuff. Oh well. More fuel, basically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess I can just plop some rocket fuel in again for this one. And what you're doing is you're going from copper load, which is where? Oh, copper pickup, to purple copper 2. And you're filling up and you're emptying. Please commence. Oh, I never. Hang on. I didn't put the filters on. Need to put the... Why they don't let you drag this across, I don't know. There you go. Okay, now you can go. Okay, and then if we do this iron as well, that should enable it to make both green and red circuits. On this side, anyway. We can then go and do the other side and make sure that's functioning. That should also cause it to start making prod modules. Don't know why I'm holding that. Let's get out and pop these on. 7, 8. Pop that on there. Oh, Spider's got some nuclear fuel. Maybe. Yeah. Pop that in there. That in there. And this should be iron plate. Yeah. Oh, I never numbered it. So if I call this iron plate 1. So there are 10 in the end. Okay. I think I only need 8, but that's fine. Right, so we want to go from pickup to number 1. I want you to fill. I want you to empty. Did I put the filters on? No, I did not. Naughty. Now that I've got loops going on, I'm very, very keen to make sure these have filters on. Because I don't want them accidentally pulling up at the wrong station, maybe because I misnamed it or whatever, and filling up with a load of rubbish. So you'll pick up. Don't suppose any of the other trains are back, are they? No. Okay. Let's go and let's go and get some. No, I'll tell you what we'll do. We will wait for copper to come back, and we'll steal some of its nuclear fuel that it's picked up. Unless it's got stuck somewhere. Let's have a look. Are you... You're coming? Oh, you're almost here. So, I mean, I will, set up fueling for these, but I'll probably do that, tomorrow morning, basically. So, let's grab some of your fuel. And, in fact, I'll put you on manual. And some of your fuel. Some of your fuel. Some of your fuel. Can I get 4 more? Yeah, there we go. Let's grab that. That. Oh. 2, 4, 6, 7. I must have messed something up there. Automatic. So that's the copper coming in. Is the copper going to the right places? Is it doing the right thing? Oh, don't know yet. Has the iron come and gone? No, it hasn't. Okay. Let's go and... Oh, that's the iron coming back. Okay. See, they're quite quick. It's quite, it's quite a quick back and forth, really. It's just, the flow of material needs to be much more significant, which is a function of more trains, really. It's that latency versus, something or other. So there's copper getting to all the copper machines? The copper wire machines, rather, I think, so far. Because obviously these won't do anything until they get iron plate, which should be imminent. So all of those have got copper. These take there's quite a lag with these because the actual copper wire machines don't really do a lot, but it takes them a while to sort of fill up, the buffers and stuff, basically. In fact, probably more than a single train's worth of journey is going to do. Oh no, they've all backed up now. So I can see copper wire on all of those, so that's at least working. While I'm here, I might as well pick up this accidental belt. So if I set this just to belt, and then I can drag across there. Oh, I've not got any room. I've not got any room. So we can get rid of this. In fact, can I drag it up there? Up the centre? I think I can. Cool. Up the centre. Up the centre. Up the centre. And we're done. Right, so you're not running because you don't have an inserter, and you don't either. Okay. Okay. So they're not getting green circuits, basically, for some reason. I have missed that off. Oh, they've got it. It's just this side. Must have copied and pasted it before it did the thing, but I noticed there aren't any green circuits here. Anyway, why have you not got green circuits? Because you've not got iron. Why have you not got iron? Oh, because there's a break. Okay. What's it moaning about? It's moaning about not having any space, so let's put it that way. So we have a little break in the belts. Let's go and sort that out then. So trying to do this more, because what I did before I set, well with the grey in particular, was I set all of the trains going as I put the stations in, which was problematic, to say the least. So yeah, this, I wonder if it's multiple trains. That looks like the same one that's gotten beaten up. It's just gone to a different station. They just become a nuisance after a while, the biters. It's nothing to do with, you know. Nothing to do with a challenge or anything to it. It's just becomes a bit of a grind, really. So here comes more iron plate. So I'll see if it makes green circuits. If this all works, we're going to do it obviously on the other side and make sure that's all hooked up. So are you now making green circuits? Yes, you are. What about you? Yes, you are. And you? Yeah, green circuits there. Green circuits here. These have got... Oh! Oh, thank you very much for the raid, Tove One. Melody Happy Mia. Raid. Thank you very much for the raid. I think I'm supposed to, if I was any kind of good... Hello! good Twitch streamer, I'd have some kind of video, I think I'm meant to play now, with, like, giving you my highlights and stuff, but I'm afraid I haven't got anything like that. So what have you been playing over on your stream, Tove One? If you're one of the people who've come over. I'm not that fancy, so I'm good. Good. Why is this not doing anything? Because it's not getting enough red circuits. Why is it not getting enough red circuits? I hope I've got my maths right on that. I've been playing Factorio with space exploration. Crikey! I haven't even attempted space exploration yet. How are you finding it? High five to us old nerds. Yes, very much so. So, is this just a flow issue because I've not got enough copper coming in? Probably, I would guess. Why are you not? I think it's just I need more trains, basically. They do at least seem to be working. It's fun so far. I'm still building up to launch my first rocket. Okay. I assume you've played through the. I hope. I assume you've not sort of launched straight into space exploration. I assume you've played through the base game a few times. Quite brave if you're straight into space exploration. Right. So yeah. So I think there is functionality. Let's go and check and see. Has all the purple got? So there's prod modules there, all the way down there. So they've all got prod modules. Okay, so I'm going to chuck that up as all. It's at least connected. So Melody having me. Oh my goodness, are those spider bots? Yeah, sorry, I'm still new to it. Yes, this is my Spidertron army basically. So I've got 12, I think, on the go. I need a couple more, but I've got these are my like combat Spidertrons. These are my landfill Spidertrons, and then these ones that are following me about here. These are all full of building materials for various different types of. So this one's all chemical stuff. This one's like assemblers and mining drills. What have you got? Your trains. Oh, thank you very much for the follow as well, Tove1. Tove1, yes, I've played. All right. Hang on, sorry. It's fun so far. Still building up to notch. Yeah, I played Bob's Angels for a while. Just wanted a different challenge as that was beginning to bottleneck for me. Crikey, Bob's Angels as well. Blimey. I'm not sure I would ever really try Bob's and Angels because that's like next level of complexity, and I think it might drive me mad. Just trying to do all of that. What was I going to do? Oh yes, so I need to set up these two over here. So just to explain, I mean, basically the point of this series, what I'm trying to do with it is, where's the copper? There's the copper. Is basically to make my first Megabase. So I have, I've about 2,000 hours in the game, and I've launched, I've played the game through to rocket launch loads and loads of times, basically. But I've never actually built like a Megabase. I think technically I have, in that the bus bases that I've built, have done sort of 1,000 science packs a minute, which is, sort of what I think most people regard as being, a Megabase. But I've never built one that really, pumps out multiple thousands of science packs a minute. And that's the idea with this series, basically. So the way I'm doing it is with dedicated science builds that are designed to build about 5,000 science packs a minute. So where I've got to, so we've got, for example, obviously red is very simple. It's just, feeding iron and, copper, basically, with, into machines. So this, for example, does 5,400 red science a minute. And then we've got the green one here, is also very simple, really. So I've designed these in creative mode to build about 5,000-ish science. But what that's meaning is that I'm having to build everything before I can really set it going and see if it works. I'm able to test each build in the sense that, does it produce science packs? But what I'm kind of expecting is there'll come a point where I'm just like, I switch everything on and the UPS just drops to like 20 per second. But I'll have to see, basically. So talking about Bob's there, so that was a tough to get started. So many different ores on how to actually get started. Yeah, I've been watching somebody play through Bob's and Angels, and one of the things to it seems to be there's like lots of different ways of doing the same thing. So there's lots of different ways of, getting iron plate and getting steel and stuff like that. And I think I may be wrong on this, but it maintains the basic, normal Factorio way of doing it. But then there's like 4 different ores that you can process in different ways to produce iron plate, and it's like managing all of that, because I know a lot of them give like I don't know what it calls it, like waste rock, basically, that you can then turn into, normal rock and bricks and stuff like that. And it's all about sort of managing, that process. And I kind of, for me personally, I like the idea, because I know Bob's introduces, you've got things like aluminium, and Angels is more about perhaps processing. And I kind of like that concept. I'm not massively keen on the idea of how to put it, like multiple ways of doing things, and the like complexity for complexity's sake. I think that's the bit that would drive me potty. So, um, and also, I mean, I don't know that, or as I understand it, Bob's, it doesn't really add a new goal to the game, unlike something like space exploration, which is building on multiple planets and all that sort of stuff. That does sound more appealing to me. Um, what's that saying? So, Melody helping me. I'm running through my first round of launching a rocket. I've done some sandbox trying to figure out things out and replaying the tutorial a lot. So this is exciting to me. So yeah, that sounds like you've kind of got to. So I know, I mean, a lot of players, the big hump is blue science. So the processing the oil. So it sounds like you've got over that hump, and that's like one of the big ones in the game, I would say, in that the sort of complexity ramps up. I mean, it's not actually complexity; it's different ways of doing things. Processing oil. So I think that's like a. If I was Woob, I'd be looking to smooth that out more. I know they did the thing where you can process just petroleum, but I still think there's too much of a hump, like into the blue science. And then when you get, and gold and purple are complicated, but it's not that much more complicated, if you see what I mean. Once you've got it down, I'll pop these in. Did you? I don't know if you want to. Exactly. Tove says exactly. Having too much of one resource would cause the whole thing to jam up. Difficult to manage. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is it's kind of the logistical challenge of Factorio. That's kind of what it's about in a sense. But that, as you say, that thing of it's like the oil thing where I know a lot of one of the things I struggled with is it'll pump out heavy, light, and petroleum, and you don't know what to do with some of the stuff, and so you stick it in a tank, and then the tank fills up, and it's like, well, what do I just keep adding tanks? What am I meant to do with this stuff? And the whole concept of cracking it in the right ratios and making sure it all turns into the right stuff is kind of the basis of Factorio. But I say adding lots and lots and lots more of that, I think would probably drive me insane. I think I had Space Extension to go with it, different than Space, yeah, but I probably had many dozen days of playtime to go through before I would finish. 70 days of playtime before I set it aside. Okay, crikey. I have actually played Space Extension. I wanted to use that to get me to do a Megabase, because extension is I think conceptually that's because I know they're doing the expansion, aren't they? That and space exploration. I'm kind of hoping that's what they do, because the space extension, I started playing it and I was hoping that would force me into doing a Megabase. Because you need thousands and thousands of science packs, but because there's nothing really, it's just like icons that you're filling in a sense, in that you don't really build anything new. It's just produced tons of science, and I was like, okay, I'm getting a bit bored with just doing more and more. And so the idea of doing a stream is to sort of force me to do the sort of Megabase thing. Anyway, I need to get this hooked up or I'm not going to finish. So this is copper. It's copper, yeah. Okay, so we will put the filters on. So I'll just do this quickly. And thank you very much, by the way, in case I didn't say it, for the follows. That's very much appreciated. I stream every weekend, and I stream Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Um, all of my streams start at the same time, at 3 p.m. British Summer Time. There's a schedule, to show the equivalent. And I usually do a couple of hours of Satisfactory on Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday is this Megabase series for sort of 3 hours or so each week. So I can set this going, which is this is number one. This is number one. So then we need to pick up. And they're the wrong way around. Fill, empty, and off you go. So Melody Happy Me says, I just learned the red circuit. I haven't made it yet. I needed a break. A weird question. Can I have a factory tour? Because some of you at this I haven't seen at all. Yeah, sure. I need to say, see you later, Tova. I need to run. Great chatting with you briefly here. Stop by again and see how your base is progressing. Looks excellent so far. Thank you very much. That's very much appreciated. And thanks to Tove1 again. It was an absolute pleasure meeting you. So I will hook up this iron plate so that I'm making these red circuits, and then I'll do a little bit of a base tour if you can wait a couple of minutes for that. Otherwise I will completely forget where I am, basically. So I need to do iron plate here, and then all of my red circuits are being made, and green circuits, I think. So we'll just quickly do this. Oh, I've left me behind. Let's just dash over. So, you're okay to wait, cool. Right, yes, so let's get this done. 2, 3, 4. Do. And that as well. Right. I've only got 2 nuclear fuel left. Have I got any rocket fuel? No, I haven't. Okay. Have you got... okay, so got the nuclear fuel there. And here. Cool. And then we'll filter this. Right, copy that down. And then... So we need to pick up iron plate, which is... Where's iron plate? There it is. Pick up iron plate. Oh, I need to rename this station, don't I? So this is now... 3 or 2? Number 2. Okay. Cool. So, add that to there. No, that was military. There. So I want to fill up and empty. Off you go. Right, yes, so. I was getting earlier because one of the spiders stopped on a belt, so it looked like it was tapping its toe at you there. I'm easily amused. I took that. It's fine. It's fine. I tend to it's one of my favourite things actually about the spiders, because they don't. They try. I mean, they sort of try and not stand on the belt, and obviously, because obviously they're like floating above everything, so they don't really interact. But what the developers have done, Woob have done, is they've tried to make it so that they don't stand on things, but they'd have to. Well, like there, it tried to find a place where it could put its foot when it was on the belt. But if you have them stand on the actual belt, then they try and stand still, but they drift down on the belt. It's quite. It amuses me quite a bit. I quite like. I never really with the when they were teasing Spidertron, and they kept sort of mentioning it in the Friday Facts that they used to do, I never really was that interested in it. It just seemed a bit sort of, why do I care, sort of thing. And then when they brought it in, it's like one of the most useful things, and some of the things they've done with it are excellent. I particularly like. Let's see if I can. I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but um, if you give them places, they don't do any real path finding. A bit like the biters, they'll just go in straight lines unless you do something. But they try their best to reach where they're trying to go. And this is another one. I mean, it's not useful, but it's quite funny when you see them doing it. So if we come down here, so say they can't walk on water, but they will attempt to do their best to reach where you've sent them to. And so they do things like this, where they like try and bridge gaps, and they particularly they lean out. Like, what's a good example? So maybe if I try and send them over there, and they walk around the edge, and there you go. it's so effective how they've done it. I never really thought they'd be of particular interest to me. But yeah, they're kind of one of my favourite things in the game now. Right then, so the base tour. Okay, so the first thing to note. So this is the rocket. The crash site. So this is where I started. What I do, I have because I've played the game through to launching a rocket sort of so many times. I have like a way of doing things. And what I do to start with is I build a starter base, and it's like a really sort of quick and dirty, um, like just get things moving base, and that takes me up to sort of around the sort of oil sort of stage. And basically, so this is where the original starter base was, basically. And this lake was originally where I had the power. So I'd built, a starter base that was in here. And what I do with that starter base is I use it to make a bus. So I don't know if you're familiar with the bus concept, but the basic idea of a bus is that you have a whole set of lanes of material, and then you take branches off where you need to make things or where you want to make things. Now I've got two buses going on. I've got a fluid bus and a material bus. Okay. Now what I've did on this particular bus, because I tend to vary them around, how I actually do it. I've got 4 lanes of iron, 4 copper, 4 iron, 4 copper, and then we've got like green circuits, and this is steel, plastic, red circuit. Now this sort of stuff is very much how I like to do a bus. So what we've got coal, sulfur, uranium ore, and iron ore. Iron ore is obviously because you need concrete. Uranium is for my ammo. Sulfur is basically for the explosives, and this is for grenades and things like that. We then got like batteries, blue circuits, more. I mean, this is like adapted basically later on to make other stuff. So these weren't originally like this, but I've sort of changed it up basically. So what I originally had is when I built this, these are my smelters. These were originally a lot longer because they didn't have prod modules and beacons on them. So they originally went up to about here. So they're originally that long. But when you get prod modules, you get a load of free stuff, and it doesn't take as many smelters to fill the belt. So that's what's going on there. And it's basically in the same order as the bus. So we've got iron, copper, loads of steel, stone brick, basically. Now, to feed all of them, I've then got a big train yard, essentially. And again, it's in the same sort of order. So we've got iron, copper. Sorry, actually, it isn't, and that was a mistake I made. It's iron, copper, copper, but it should be iron, copper, iron, copper. So that was an error I made when I was setting up. We then got the coal one here. and there's your uranium. With the uranium, what I tend to do is load sulfuric acid into the train on both ends, and put the actual material in the middle, because you don't actually need that much uranium. People tend to think, "Oh, I need loads and loads of uranium," but you don't. And particularly with the nuclear power, you don't need anywhere near as much as you may think, because basically a very small amount of uranium, particularly once you've got Covarex up and going, a very small amount of uranium will provide you with loads of nuclear fuel. And I've got how many now? So these are my Iron Cross, I call this. This is my 2x2 nuclear reactor setup. And so I've stamped this down over and over. You can obviously you get the stacking bonus for having more nuclear reactors next to each other, but it doesn't actually it doesn't make a lot of difference, in all honesty. And this sort of thing is a lot easier to do. And so basically, I've then, because I had a couple of points where I ran out of power, basically because I wasn't paying proper attention, and so I ended up with loads and loads of nuclear power, just because it's an easy thing to make sure you've got plenty of, as I say, because you get way more nuclear fuel than I think a lot of players think. And I say, so it was just easy to have these. And I've obviously set these up in case I want to do more. This is a landfill island, and then basically there's a pump feeding each of the four sides. This is my solar field. This is what I will actually be running the proper science, once it's all set up on. We have... So this is the power graph. So what's happening, basically, this is my solar panels, the blue line there. And basically they're running the base during the day. During the night, the steam turbines, which is the nuclear power, kicks in. But it's not quite enough to run the base, so the accumulators also kick in. We've got about max capacity. If all of the accumulators, all of the steam turbines, and all of the solar panel was on, we'd be about 30, whatever it is there, 37.7 gigawatts. Obviously, you don't get that. That's literally the peak power. What actually happens with solar, I don't know how familiar you are with it, but the solar panels charge during the day. It's why they have this peaking, up and down thing. During the night, obviously, solar panels don't work, and that's when your accumulators kick in. So actually, although this is very much peak power, it's more like about 25 or so gigawatts of sustained power. Eventually, as I say, I'll turn the steam turbines off, because it costs quite a lot of UPS, the nuclear power. This thing here is a wood burner. So as I've been... In fact, I could probably show you. I've got a set of blueprints set up that allow me to stamp down a nicely ratioed... if I can find them. There we go. A nicely ratioed solar panel to accumulator build. And basically, I'm just stamping this down. And I mean, there's no trees in this bit because it's all being landfilled. But as you can imagine, there were loads of trees here, so they need somewhere to get rid of the trees. And this is just here. I mean, there's obviously there's rocks with coal in them as well, so it gets rid of that as well. So this here is just my solar blueprint. Why are you red? There you go. So I'm just stamping this down to cover all that in. I'm hoping that this will run everything. This is all of the power. If not, I've got a couple of bits I can landfill that, and we can fill in a bit more solar there as well. So that's all the power. These are just little builds because I've been landfilling quite a lot of the map, which is this dark brown color. That's where I'm just filling up landfill on these spider bots here, which they're just full of landfill basically. what else? So, I say how I build basically is I have a starter base that I use to build all of the belts I need to build a bus. Okay. I then build the bus, and they sort of produce all that material that I need for that, and I obviously design this so that it fulfills however I want to do the bus that particular playthrough. And then what I do, I initially, when I first build the bus, I build the circuits on the left hand side. So initially there was like a green circuit build, a red circuit build, and a blue circuit build type of thing. In fact, I think they're all in now. And what I've then done, and that's what I always do, and it tends to be where I stop basically, is I then build dedicated circuit factories. In fact, I should put some tags on these. So this is a green circuit build, 12 beacon circuit build. So basically, you've got iron and copper being fed in, and iron coming down the middle, copper feeding these machines, and these machines then feeding the actual green circuits. We've then got green circuits going basically both into the bus and also being used to make red circuits. And red circuits, obviously, some going to the bus and some in combination with blue going to this blue circuit build. I happen to be feeding this with sulfuric acid from the bus, so there's like a weird circle going on. But yeah, so effectively, this. I mean, what I'd actually done, and it was a mistake. This is this broken train. There's a train that's hit some biters, and as you can see, it's quite broken. There's no repair packs over there. But basically, this I've moved this over here. It wasn't here originally. It was like here and here. It was all spread out. And eventually I realised, well, I want to put this purple science here, and this was all in the way. So, and that military and blue, and so I've moved them all over there. That took ages, but this is now sort of finished. What else could I show you? So, I guess you could show you the. So what I always do with the bus is I always build the science at the bottom. It didn't have beacons on it to start with. It it was just regular science labs, all sort of just in a row. And what I do is like a contraflow basically. So I build the science builds up the side, and there's space science over here, and then I send the packs back again. So I've got material going up one way, and science packs coming back down the other way. And they all feed into to these machines. It does about 500 a minute at the moment, I think. Let's do a 1 minute average. Yeah, there you go. So it's about 500 a minute. It's running at. So, in theory, what I could do is double this, and then it would be a megabase technically. But as I say, well, the problem with that, it would be feeding it, getting it all into the bus. What is all the yellow flying over the solar panels? So those are bots. So you can enable. Let's zoom in actually. So can you see the little guys flying over? So those are bots, basically, the construction bots. And you can, I think it's just one of these buttons here, isn't it? There you go. So the worker robots, basically, that's all that is. They're flying so far because this, I thought this solar field would be that big, and that's how much space I'd allowed for it. And then I discovered that was nowhere near enough. And so what they're doing, because these guys are picking up landfill, you see, and dumping it into the sea here to fill in these gaps, basically. But basically, there's this train station here, is dropping off all the materials both for the solar panels and the actual nuclear reactors, if I wanted to add some more of them. So those would be fairly easily added as well. In that, no. There you go. So this is my little design. So if I wanted to add even more nuclear, I can just literally plop it down. Oh, as it happens, there's a one of the water pumps I'd need to manually change that. But yeah, you see, it just plops down on these little islands, basically. If I wanted to add more of those in, what this is doing, it's actually the bus is making the solar panels and the accumulators. So this train is basically transporting them down. Because what I try to do is have distinct networks. Because one of the problems with bots is they literally just fly straight to where they need to go. So if you give a bot a job over here and it's all the way over here, it will attempt to fly in a straight line all the way down to there. And the problem with that is if you have big gaps of water, obviously I've done a lot of robot speeds, but if you've got the normal robot, you know, early robot speeds, what will happen is they just end up flying backwards and forwards because this is a place where they can charge up and they'll say, right, well, I need to go and do a job here. I've been assigned a job over here. I'm over here. I'll fly straight towards it. They get sort of less than halfway, run out of power, and then say, right, oh, I need some more power. Where is the nearest roboport? Oh, it's back here. So it flies back and recharges, and then it goes back and forth, and back and forth, and back and forth. And it's one of the things you have to guard against when you have a biggish base. I mean, it also causes you problems. You know, say, for example, if these were connected, these roboport networks, and one was coming across, say it was coming from here, across here, and there were some biters here, the biters would kill it. And so you have to be very careful with pathing out of your, out of your defenses. Yes, so I guess the other thing I could just show you. So this is the Blue Science build. Again, they're very, very similar in the sense that it's just all stacked up together, feeding materials through what's going on, sort of thing. And then this is the grey science build, military science, and I'm working on the purple at the moment. In terms of when I build on the bus, basically I try to keep a philosophy of if materials are coming in this way, then they go out that way. Right, so one of the simplest examples of that is is the green science. So green science you have to feed with belts and inserters, okay, and they don't need that many, particularly this sort of number of builds. So you only really need one machine and two machines. But what a lot of new players, or certainly I used to do, is I would cross things behind each other. So I would do something like, for example, I would have the belts coming this way, going through here, and coming up the back. Yeah, and I'd have these cogs, feeding across here, or with undergrounds, or going around the back, or feeding in the sides, and all that sort of stuff. And obviously that is quicker, and that's how you end up with spaghetti. And spaghetti bases look awesome, but are very difficult to manage. But what I do instead is I have a philosophy of saying, right, well, these need inserters and belts, okay? So we will feed that in this direction, and then to avoid any crossovers or undergrounding or issues where I look back on myself, we will then feed the science out again in the opposite direction to where it came in. Okay, so here we need iron plate for both of these, and gear wheels. So iron plate comes from the bus. Gear wheels I'm making locally. You can put gear wheels on the bus. That's that's perfectly valid option. But they need iron plates, so we bring iron plate in from the bus, and we basically go in one direction and out the opposite direction. So we go in there, out there, in there, out there. And I'm doing all sorts of things like side loading and all that sort of stuff. Green circuits from the bus, so they go in that direction. Everything goes out in that direction. And I say what that avoids is if you don't quite know how many machines you need, or you need to add some extra machines, it means you don't have to do any mad spaghetti stuff. And you can just literally come along here and say, right, we need more green science, copy and paste, stick it down next to it, and it'll work, basically. Obviously, you get issues with the amount of materials on belts and all that sort of stuff, but that's the philosophy I maintain when I'm building on my bus. Everything comes out with a dedicated lane from the bus, even if I side load it, and everything goes in and then out in the opposite direction. So what ends up with this? What happens with the science is it becomes very tall. So we go a long way up the bus. So, for example, military science requires 3 inputs. You've got the walls, you've got grenades, and you've got armor-piercing bullets. So I'm making them here. So we've got grenades. They're just iron plates and coal, which are all on the bus. But these ones, armor-piercing requires the basics. So as it happens, I can put those next to each other because the numbers are okay. These walls, you don't need many machines because it produces them quickly, but you need to feed them with a lot of material. So we've got multiple lanes there. And that's the basic principle. So sulfur, I happen to produce in a dedicated area, and I put that on the bus and bring it up. But you could make it locally, so there's all sorts of decisions you've got that you can make there as to how you want to build it. But I say this is kind of how I often end up doing it. Yeah, so blue science, you need the engines, but the engines need cogs and pipes. So you bring them down to say everything else, red circuits I've got on the bus, sulfur I've got on the bus, but say you could make locally. So that's relatively simple to make. Obviously, gold science more complicated. You've got low density structures, robot frames, and of course, robot frames require, electric engines and pipes, and so you see how it goes up. So it's sort of the less complicated stuff is above and is fed down, and it doesn't mean you don't get overlaps and stuff like that, but it's just easier to manage if you go in and out in the same direction. Having said all that, what I then do, so this is like belts and inserters for me personally, but when I'm doing like the low volume materials, then I do get into spaghetti, but it's like dedicated spaghetti in that I'm bringing all the materials across and then just weaving them around. These aren't too bad. Where's a bad one? That's quite bad there. So this is me making all sorts of concrete, and I'm doing undergrounds and splitting and sending things around in weird curves and all that sort of stuff. And that's just because that's how I like to do it. I like to try and have all of the same types of things close together. So as I say, this is like all of the power stuff. And then what's this? This is all like the military stuff. And explosives there, and there's your ammo, processing for ammo, processing uranium for ammo. There's your assemblers. So I try and group them together rather than, because this bus, if I made everything on a dedicated line, it would be like up here somewhere. So that's how I save a bit of space. What I've then got at the end of the bus is I'm using up all of the circuits, basically. So, that was my idea. It didn't really quite work like that, but I'm turning them all into, so all of these red and green and blue circuits get converted into modules, basically. Right, we can have a look and see. Did I go back? I did, didn't I? I didn't do that. We can have a look and see. I didn't mean to do that because I don't want to lose the carriages. We can have a look and see. Is this all connected up properly? So we've got, has plastic reached the end at the very least? So we've got plastic there, plastic there. Yep, yep. So it looks like they've all got plastic. They've all got wires. Yeah, you've made green circuits. Has everybody got green circuits? They have. So amazingly, it doesn't look like I've made any mistakes there. Okay. So this is then half belts going to here. Oh, there's some steel there. Huh. I guess I fed the rest of it into the steel? Why has that got... Ah, iron plates up there. Oh, okay. I didn't realise I'd done that. Okay. So it's still all the way up here. Yeah, it is. I'm kind of impressed with that. It's I've not made an I've not made an error there. Right. So I guess the other thing I'd show you, which is I'm kind of the most proud of. One of the things that I actually the thing I enjoy most about the game is designing stuff, and in particular designing defenses. So these are my like permanent walls. Now, as it happens, this wasn't quite enough. I needed more lasers than what I did here. But these are my wall defenses, basically. And as you can see here, we've got a flame turret, and that's kind of the repeat point. So that's like the repeat distance. In fact, I'll show you the blueprints in a minute. So you've got flame turrets there. We then got dragon's teeth. Um, they're not as effective as they used to be. They used to be really good for causing the biters to repath. Um, it doesn't really don't really work like that, but I think they look really cool. We then got mines in the gaps there. This is just an artistic flourish, really. What I should have more guns really there, but I say it's just a nice little artistic flourish. We then got obviously line of laser turrets and uranium ammo gun turrets. We got roboports to restock the requesters there, and also to repair any damage that happens. And then we got a run path basically. So this is if I ever have to run down, you know, along the walls to do something. This is where I can run along nice and safely. We've got the other bit to it then. So this is the breakout, because when I realised I was going to need loads of um, uh, outposts, I needed to design a little way for the trains to get out. So this is like a little exit for all of the trains to get in and out, basically. We've then got, this is my gate. So if I wanted to get out, because I designed this back when I had tanks and cars and that sort of thing. So this is my little gate to get out. It's got a couple of flamers on either side, and obviously this is the fuel, and then this is the train. Oh, that's got a load of rubbish in there. Should pick that up at some point. This is my station for dropping material off to keep each of the segments of the wall running. So this is basically obviously oil for the flamers, and then these unload the types of things that get destroyed basically when the biters do attack. I'm at 15 on all of the researches, so they kind of just destroy the biters, but before they get to the wall anymore. But before I had them, they would get up and they would, destroy the wall, blow up a few of the turrets. So this was repairing all of that. Those are a set of trains over here. So you've got the oil and then all of the material they need, including artillery. These have. Where's the walls? Here we go. So these are regular segments of about 12 roboports, basically. It repeats section. And. No, wrong thing. So you can't. There you go. So there's a break, basically, in the roboport. So each of these are individual networks, roboport networks. And they feed a handful of artillery, and that keeps the biters at bay, basically. So we've got, that's the bridge. Where's the other artillery piece? Oh, there it is. There you go. So they've got an artillery there as well, and that keeps them out of the range of my walls. So when they do a colonization, the artillery will just clear them out, basically. The other thing I've got going on that front is these artillery stations. This is supplied by both the wall trains to drop off things like repair packs and walls and laser turrets and all that sort of stuff. But there's also a set of artillery trains that drop off artillery, you know, bits of artillery shells basically. Because we've got a couple of artillery pieces there. Because what I discovered was I was creating these outposts, and basically the trains were going out, and if there were some biters, they would hit the biters, and the biters wouldn't die, but it would trash the train, basically. So what I'm trying to avoid here is this. So this artillery piece, this is a colonization group that's going on. And what happens is they send a colonization group and they fill in the map basically. So by having these permanent artillery pieces, it just keeps it clear. And the idea is to keep the train tracks clear because now I think this is I don't think they should have done this because these trains they're all gone. Is that an artillery one? Yeah, there we go. So these artillery trains, I mean, look at that. It's fueled by nuclear fuel. It's got 5 wagons, 5 traction engines, 5 artillery pieces. It weighs. Can I see that? It doesn't show me the weight. Oh no, weight 2,000. So this weighs multiple tons. It goes as fast as it can possibly go because it's fueled by nuclear fuel. But when it hits a behemoth biter, it just stops dead, and it doesn't kill the biter. That's how tough behemoth biters are, and I think that's silly. But what it means is if a train's going out here, and you've seen these ones. These. Here we go. So if these hit a biter, shouldn't that kill a biter? But it doesn't. It stops the train dead, and the biter's still alive and just eats the train. So what I was finding is they were going out to get resources, hitting biters and stopping. So I've had to put these outposts, every so often to keep them away from the tracks. So yeah, I think the idea like that Nilhouse does, where he just sort of uses all of the resources that he's close by, is probably a better idea, really. Because what I'm trying to do with the outposts is get really big patches that will basically last for ages. So, say out here, so this has got like 17 million stone and 30 million coal. So those should last for ages. Whereas these ones, that's only 10 million coal, So it's like I tried to go out and get more resources, but I think it's probably better to use what's in your base and just expand your walls slowly, basically. Yeah. Anyway, is that okay? I've sort of randomly gone everywhere there. I don't know if that's. Is there anything you particularly want to see? I mean, then we've got. Oh, I suppose this is fairly interesting. This is me making nuclear fuel. I'm actually using coal liquefaction. So basically, when I set the trains up, they're fueled by coal to start with coal coming in here, and it sends it round all of these trains. And what I then do is, once I've got coal liquefaction, I set up a dedicated thing, and it's basically instead of using coal to fuel the trains, I'm using coal to make rocket fuel. And because I've also got the nuclear stuff over here, which I'm using to make the nuclear power rods, I'm also making nuclear fuel. So it's like a self-contained thing. I suppose technically, if these ran out of material, I could run out of fuel. And this is what I was saying about, I think uranium is so abundant, it's ridiculous. These have got, so I've got 160 nuclear fuel in stock over here. I've also got, because it's a separate system, I've also got, let's see if we can find it over here. Oh, it's on the list somewhere. There's literally hundreds of nuclear fuel over here as well. And as you can see, this is basically sat idle doing nothing. It's not really doing anything. So I say, and that's uranium is so abundant, it's almost silly. This is what I'm building up towards, basically. So this is the research labs that'll eat all of my 5,000 odd science. I think that's the right numbers. And I'm just sort of building out each science build as I go. So purple is the one I've jabbered on. I'm way past my. I normally only stream till 6. But you got me started, so I just kept going and going and going. Oh, hi, Peter. I thought I'd stop by. Looks awesome. Keep up the good work, dude. Thank you very much. um, yes, so I say I was going to try and finish Purple Science, but as I say, I hadn't actually realised the time. I can only really stream till about 6ish, so I'm going to have to stop. It won't take me. In fact, what I'll probably do it between. Oh, and thank you very much for the follow. 4321 Ian. Thank you very much for the follow. Yeah, I think I will probably add the trains because it's fairly tedious. It's just me going back and forth, getting more trains, sticking them down, and making sure all the connections are correct. So, for example, I need stone brick to come down the middle here, and have I accidentally stuck, iron plate into it or something like that? That's all I'm really checking for at the moment. So I'll set up all the trains before the next stream tomorrow. I need to fix this bloody thing as well. It's obviously run into. I mean, that's the other thing I'll probably do. I'll probably spam out. In fact, should we do that? I'll probably spam out a load of artillery here and clear these out, and then just nip up with the spiders to sort of mop everything up. There we go. Let's just clear out some of this rubbish. So yeah, so I'll do stuff like that. Finish them off, and I say, actually add the trains in. But I won't actually get the Purple Science run. That's what I'll pick up next episode. Because what I need to do is add a load more outposts. Oh, and another one. Crikey. Thank you very much for the follow as well, M Skyscraper. That's very kind. Yeah. So next tomorrow we'll be outposting because I need to add oil, and I should also add this coal. I need a bit more coal, and I also need iron, like several more iron plate outposts. Because what I've decided to do with the outposts, basically, is to have. So, for example, we've got red science here needs iron plate and copper. So this lane here, this train here, needs to do iron plate and copper and bring them in. And again, that's iron plate and copper. So this train here, or this line needs to bring iron. So basically, the outpost. So it's almost like a spider's web. I'm thinking of that. The train lines going out will bring in the specific resources that particular science build needs. This one here is more general because this is all the bus stuff. I decided in the end to, keep. Surprised I didn't. So we'll probably see. It might be okay, but this is the problem I'm having with these guys in that these biters, if they come onto this track, the train hits them, stops, and then they eat the train. Surprised we haven't got anything. They're quite slow though, biters. So there might be something that comes and attacks that. Oh, here we go. It just kills them so quickly now because I've got so many buffs. Yes, so I say I will stick all the trains down, which is fairly tedious, and then we'll do some outposting to get this running, and we will check Purple Science is working, and that should be the stream tomorrow. So thank you very much for everyone who has watched today and followed and chatted, particularly Melody Happy Mia. I hope you've sort of been inspired in your own build. So if you've got any questions, do fire them over. And in terms of like the basics of the game, I kind of, I've done pretty much everything. I've sort of, just because I've been playing for so long, I will not pretend I'm an expert or anything, but just things like, red science builds and all that sort of stuff. If you wanted to have a look at anything or If there's any specific questions or anything like that, and I'm not, I say, I do some weird things, like weird quirks, like particularly the one that I think noodles most people's brains is when I do this. Can I find it? So I tend to no, I can't find one now. Like I put these in line basically. So I put the and I what I normally do. In fact, I might show you that tomorrow if you're around. But oh, here we go. Bit of fun, and it's done. But you see, it's destroyed that bit of track. Oh, there's no rail in there. That's a mistake. So yeah, so I'll have to fix that now. Yeah. Anyway, so I say I'm sorry that I'm going to have to stop with so many of you having followed, etc. But I say I need to go. I basically I stream from 3 o'clock British summer time every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Friday is a couple of hours of Satisfactory, which is just a bit of fun. Saturday and Sunday is a dedicated Factorio stream, which is about 3 hours long. It is this Megabase series. We're doing pretty well, up to Purple Science now. So at gold and space science to go. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, so I archive the VODs to a YouTube channel. I am Trismegistus. You can find me on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter as at Trismegistus. Although on YouTube and Twitter it is alias to Triggles, just because I think that's an easier name for people to call me. Basically, the VODs go up on YouTube at the moment. I have a couple of really old Let's Plays that I need to sort of revive, really. But the VODs go up Tuesdays and Thursdays for Factorio. There's a full playlist if you wanted to catch up. Fridays for the Satisfactory VODs.